Hello and welcome to Longship Gaming. Well, today we're going to be doing a box opening of Star Wars Unlimited, Set 5, Legends of the Force. Lots of Force shenanigans. So we got your Sith, you got your Jedi, you got your Force Relic cards, you got your Night Sisters, all sorts of stuff throughout the history of Star Wars, including stuff from Legends. So you've got stuff from the Old Republic games in here. Not very many, but there are a few. So now I'm going to do something a little different with this. So this is the start of, not only is it a box opening, but I'm going to do what I'm calling Twin Suns One Deck. So can we get to the point that we can make a Twin Suns deck out of one box? Now, of course, you could be saying to yourself, of course you can, because you can take out of aspect cards, just pay the out of aspect tax. Or you could have those in there, just be able to resource. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to actually make a somewhat viable, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, unless the draws are nuts, or the packs are the pulls are crazy, to be able to get out of the, so it's 13 cards per pack. I'm not counting the leaders and the bases, so 13 cards per pack, 24 packs, so it's 312 cards. Can I get there for 80 cards in a somewhat workable deck? So we have our lucky little Lego Yoda here that we happen to have, and he is going to help us out. Not Yoda, geez, Grogu, man. I pulled him out of there specifically because I have actually already opened a Hyperspace Grogu, so that's fun. That's pretty cool. So I'm hoping he brings us some luck for this today. So it's actually the first box I've opened. We'll see what happens. I do have another one. What we can do, and as we go through this, of course, we will organize them into our colors that we need, or our aspects that we need. So that can go, let's put them over here, and we can use the space for organization. And Yoda, not Yoda, geez, Grogu. I'm saying Yoda because Yoda's on the damn pack. So, okay. So we're gonna go through of course, the commons and uncommons pretty quickly, and the bases and the leaders can go up here just so we know what we're dealing with. So let's organize these by just base colors or base aspects. Okay, Drain Essence, I like that card. Okay, so there we go. Doku. Alright, so our first rare is Adigalia, which is pretty good. One of the ones I actually am looking for. I've done a couple of pre-releases so far. The legendary pulls were not great, but they weren't awful. I've had some really weird distribution of cards. Another Drain Essence, huh? So far, let me know in the comments how your pre-releases went. My first one was an incredible, just didn't drop a game out of 3 matches, Maul Blue, but that was enhanced by the fact that I opened his lightsaber. So that was of great help. So it's one of the ones that comes in the starter that you can get as foil in the boosters. And 5 of the 6 games I got that out. So I am liking the set so far. Games overall were pretty close. The second pre-release I did was not all that fantastic. I went 1 and 3. So, you know, feast or famine. I had to play the same Maul blue. Oh, there we go. There's our first legendary. So constructed lightsaber. It's great because that pretty much goes into anything. Also one of the ones I definitely need for if I want to do any constructed. It's interesting. I've opened, oh, I don't know, more than half of, no, almost a full box between the pre-release kits and the prize packs and so on, and the ones that come in the starters, the 2 boosters. I've yet to open Mother Talzin, which I feel is probably going to be one of the stronger in limited. And if you want to go have a look at my limited video or my draft guide, that will tell you everything you need to know for the set. Calm in the Storm. Okay, this is going to be a pretty good pack. So Premonition of Doom, and then a Hyperfoil Mythosaur. It's funny, I was talking, one of the people I play with regularly at Face to Face, he's opened like 6 of these so far. Don't know if they're going to be any good since they are so ridiculously expensive, but Mandalorian creature, shielded, 10/10, friendly upgraded units can't be exhausted, friendly leaders gain the Mandalorian trait. So sure, I'll take it. I mean, it is a hyperfoil, so it's if I don't have anything to do with it, then I guess I can just probably sell it. So what's that, of the 4 packs, 2 legendaries already? Okay, so we're ahead on target. Yeah, watch it dry up now. Last words, disturbance, starfighter. Yeah, I'm curious as to how your pre-releases went, if you attended them. If you never had, they are a fantastically fun time. And of course the rare in here is the Tomb of Elram, which is, that's not the kind of rare that we want to see. We don't want a rare base. But made up for how good that previous pack was. It's worse, probably one of the worst cards in the game, unless someone figures out some way to break it. But Crushing Blow, I'm not a fan of either. What I found in the limited environment, there isn't that much. Oh, I'm going to say C10, which is good. There isn't that much removal. Okay, the Drengir Spawn. It's a creature, 3/3 Overwhelm. Okay, and a Porg. There isn't too much removal, so it's worth prioritizing it in a way. Every little bit helps in this format. Low-cost units to be able to generate force are absolutely vital. Unfortunately, Lutheran Rowell's not that playable. Okay, got another Enoch, the second one, and then HK 87. Not too many showcases were opened at the events that I played at. One was in a prize pack, one was in the pre-release pack itself. I still have not opened one since my first box of set 1. So maybe one day. All right, there's Luke. Okay, so 2 rare packs. So that's fine. I've got so many Kellorans now. So we have Luke, And we've got a Sith holocron. So I think I've got all the holocrons I need actually already, but I'm not going to sneeze at a double rare pack. Third Sister. Wow, still no Mother Talzin. Secret of Sage, one of the more important 2-drops in the game. Almost as if they recognized that they needed to do that to make this limited format viable. One thing I learned, especially if you go hard in space, that can really do you well. Okay, we got Marchand Row, a 6/7 for 6. Underworld Nile, each friendly unit's raid is doubled, which is not insignificant. Don't know if it's any good. Okay, so we're at 3 legendaries already. That's not bad. And a Hyperfoil Gifted Urchin. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 packs, 3 legendaries? Okay. Lifelink Sage. The distribution of cards is really interesting because the packs that I have opened, it didn't feel very even. This feels a lot more even. Oh, Ki-Adi-Mundi, which is going to be a great one. So these ones haven't opened at all yet. So Sith Legionnaire, Priestesses of the Force. Oh, okay. And Darth Revan's lightsabers. Nice. And that just attacks to any Sith, which is pretty good and gives grit, so I like that. Although at this point, I don't really know if which I'm leaning towards. Am I leaning towards villainy or heroic? Since in this set, well, I mean, there sort of is a crossover with Anakin, speaking of, but I'm not going to be playing him because that really limits our colors. Okay, Will of the Force, Consumed by the Dark Side, another heirloom lightsaber. Balin, one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Hey, there we go. That's what we're looking for. We got ourselves a Yoda. Okay. What did I just say we were at? So we're at 4 legendaries? Pretty quickly? That's kind of crazy. Yoda's going to be a very important piece in this game going forward. Still no Talzin. I mean, one day. Rampage, Karis, so many Karises, but such a good card. Karis Predicament, which is, I don't like that card. Malakili for creatures, which is pretty good, and Lothwolf. So where are we at here? 2, 4, 6. Okay, we're halfway through, and we already have 4 legendaries. So that's, we expect on average to have 5. But remember, one of them showed up in the, there's Mother Talzin finally. One of them showed up, oh, got something shiny back there. Remember, one of them showed up in the hyperspace slot, so that's okay. Lothcat, so cute. Temple Guardians, very good card in limited. Maybe a very good card in general. Oh, okay, I think it's the first Asajj I've opened. Okay, Gungi. First one I've opened of him, I think, and he's going to be very important. Another Sacy Tin. Hyperfoil Trident Assault. And Temple of Destruction, which is not one of the rare bases I had, so. The number of Vaders that I saw opened yesterday in that one pre-release was quite shocking. And I think that I might, like one since it's such an important card. At least to go into Twin Suns, if anything else. Okay, alright, so that's I already have one of them, but that's fine. Liberated by Darkness. Hyperspace. The Purgle King, so that's my second Purgle King. And Nihil Marauder. Okay, remember our target is 5 legendaries, we're at 4. So, okay, don't have an Avar Chris yet. Watto, good card in general. 3 lessons. Mace. Ray. Ray's an interesting one. I don't really... When you draw this card during the action phase, you control a red leader or base. You may reveal this card from your hand. If you do... Yeah. I don't know. I don't quite understand how that card functions. I guess she's supposed to work with Yoda. Which is odd because it's not like... And it has to be drawn during the action phase, so... Anyway, and of course, you don't... In this limited format, there's no way to, look ahead at what's in your deck. Takata, Shatter Points. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay, whoa. Whoa. Okay, well, we're above right now. So, that is our second Grogu. Grogu, you get to hang out. That's my second Hyperspace Grogu. And then in the same pack and always 2. So now we're up to 6. So we are beyond our rate for our legendaries. So I cannot in any way complain about this deck. Or this box. Alright. So the thing that we're really top it off is if you're a good Vader or an Anakin, that's the really sort of gold standard we're looking for. But you know what? At this point, perfectly fine. Protect the Paw, which is a fun kind of card. I wonder if there's some world in which you have a lot of big butts out there. Oh, dang. Okay. All right. Well, that's my second Grand Inquisitor, and it's another legendary. So we're at 7. 7 legendaries in this box. Okay. Do we dare ask that the only thing that can make this box any better would be a showcase. I mean, this kind of makes up for my rather lackluster pulls, especially in the second day of pre-releases. I do want to, thank Fantasy Flight for the fact that they did up the rate on legendaries. Okay, so I have a full set of Liberated by Darkness now, which may actually end up being a good card. Oh, and we have a cat coming to visit, and there goes the cat. Okay, bye. Thanks for visiting. It would be greedy just to maybe hope for a showcase. Ray. And here's the thing too, like in what I've opened so far here, there hasn't been a lot of duplication. I mean, of course we have some, but it really helps what we're trying to achieve. Okay, so that's yet another, so I have more than enough Ponkrells at this point. And we have the foil Darth Tyrannus. So that's one of the starter ones. Yeah, so there hasn't been a lot of duplication here, which is kind of fascinating. Oh, now we're getting nothing but Mother Talzins. Okay, sure. Purge Trooper is a great card. Whoops. Putting things in the wrong pile. Especially in limited. You know, knocking out, like the 2 damage this thing does against a force unit is pretty valuable for a lot of the, there are a lot of 2/2 force generators that come out early. There's a 3rd Stacey twin, so I went from no Stacey twins. Oh, right, okay. Kylo, now we're not going to play this in Twin Sun, or we're not going to play this in this deck, but Doom is one that is 100% going to go into, I love putting counters, like experience counters on things for decks. This is definitely going to be one of those that goes into all of those. Probably double, you know, have to be double vigilance that I like to play. And I think there's a lot of great opportunities in this set, especially since it's also force. Oops, Corrupted Saber, you go there. Alright, we're getting down to the last 4. I really have no complaints. Except for, you know, no Anakin or Vader, but, yeah, you know, you can't get everything you want. Battle Fury, Vanny. Deceptive Shade is a rare? Oh, okay. Meh. Interesting. So when defeated, the next unit you play this phase gains ambush. Okay. Unfortunately, it's not force. Alright, down to the last 3. Alright. Ezra. Stinger Mantis. Oh, a Scythe. Okay. And a Night Saber, which I don't. Oh, no, there's one there in the same pack. Okay, Scythe we haven't had yet. Okay, last 2. I think this is probably, you know, the best rate that I've had legendary-wise in any of the boxes that I've opened. It's worse. You know, it's worse. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not going to say this is worse, but 2 back-to-back, right next to each other in the shadows. Interesting distribution. Wounds, Chirrut. One of those important cards going forward. Pelimoto. The Heavy Blaster Cannon. Which is a fun card. And a Hyperfoil Hyena Bomber. Okay, last one. Here we go. Oh, Barris. Okay. Barris is a leader I actually am eager to try. Don't know if she's any good, but I think she may have been the last rare leader I was missing. I had a really good rate of getting... I don't think I've opened Revan yet. I've had a really good rate of opening hyperspace leaders through what I've opened so far. Three lessons. Oh, axe woves. Okay, so we don't have one of those. And a foil Virgins Temple, which is not one we've had before. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate out all of the single cards and leave us with a pool of cards that we might be able to use. So we're going to get rid of all the duplicates, and we'll come back and see what we can do. Alright, so I took out all the duplicates that we had, and to be honest, it wasn't that bad. So that's the wad of duplicates. None of them are duplicate rares, at least not that I can remember. Duplicate leaders and bases are all here. So we have a pretty good spread. So we've got 9, we have 13 different leaders to choose from. I'm leaving Anakin in there because since you can play non-unit cards that are dark side, but I still don't think we're going to be using them. It limits us too much. We end up getting 3 of the 4 rare bases as well. So I've just arranged them up here. So I didn't get the green one, but we have our options for the Vergence, Destruction, or the Tomb of Elram, which all have different effects. So, control unit with 4 or more remaining hit points, do 3 or more combat damage to an enemy base. The force is with you, create your force token. So, Now, you know, the bulk of what we're going to be putting in our decks are, of course, up here. And we can see this is a very even spread across all of them. I got to hand it to him. Yeah, that's pretty good. So it really comes down to, do we go with our villainy or do we go with heroic? And man, both of them are really good. And I guess it just comes down to sheer numbers, if we can make it there. I mean, the easiest starting place, of course, is that every single card that we have here is going to go in the deck that's a neutral. So, I mean, it's the no-brainer. Construct Lightsaber is going to go anyway. I'm not really happy with its worse in the deck, but so be it. Pelimoto's okay, especially when we do have a lot of vehicles, but not hardly any droids or anything. In terms of the leaders, I guess I can take out the ones I feel just are not any good at all or come out too late. So Rey's just bad. So Rey's going to come out. Anakin, sorry, we're not playing you. Avar is way too late. I mean, I guess you could combine her with Destruction maybe, but I don't think I really want to go there. Everything else I think is viable, so we can really only take those 3 out of the mix. It is really hard to say at first blush what we want to do. I do have a feeling that if I'm going to I think I have a couple of like actual good options here. And I think those are going to be the sort of best possibilities are going to be, which should really surprise nobody in terms of my opinion on Obi-Wan in this set. Obi-Wan and it's not going to be Ahsoka, which is unfortunate because, no, we can still do blue if we want. Yeah, so I'm thinking Kit Fisto? Because he comes out on 5 as well, which gives him a little bit of a boost because there's another Jedi available. So let's see if we can make a Obi-Wan, Kit Fisto. Now, is blue going to be better? We have Deepa. That's about it there. I just think that our blue is better. Itinerant, Heirloom Lightsabers, Guardian, Ezra, and Plu. And then yeah, okay. So we're going to try an Obi-Wan and Kit Fisto and see if we can get there and if it makes any sense. So I guess the easiest way to do that then is just to, oh, sorry, they're all down here. So for now we're gonna pack up the rest of them. Put them aside. And see what we can do. So, do we want to do Virgins Temple or Night Sister Lair? I think it's probably going to be Night Sister Lair. And I only chose this one because of the hyperspace. Okay, so this eliminates, for now, our middle rank. Gee, you know, there's always a chance. No, we won't be able to get 2. So that's going to eliminate our middle rank of villainy, and we are not using cunning, which leaves us with this pile. Okay. So, as part of the building of these decks, what we always want to look for, and I will link to my Twin Suns guide in terms of what I think, how you should be building these decks. 20 to 22, I believe that I said, turn 1 plays are important. So we're going to start with our in color stuff to see what we can get out of that. Consular Gungi, very important. Point Rain, Lor Santeca. Kind of, hold on, we got this a bit mixed up. We'll keep it separated into our colors. Minarch Tender, Malkili. Really ridiculous sort of top end here. Oh, is the Lothwolf, hold on, did I mix something up here? Is the Lothwolf the only 2-drop? Yeah, it is. Wow. Okay. In blue. And not Force either, so that's a bit of a problem. Guardian, though. It's great. Night Sister. Secret Sage. Okay, we hit the important ones there. We go through them all, really? Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay, so where are we at? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay. Let's check our generics. So Vulpix, Matron, Vector. Okay. So there's some more. And in our neutrals, Urchin, Monkey Lizard, Porg, Flock, Pelimoto. Okay. Now, all right. So we're at, what did I say, we're at 18 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, we're at 18. So the most we want to get to is 22. I don't mind, because of their action-related costs, I don't mind, especially, sorry, I don't mind having 22 at the top end. And the important thing, of course, is Jedi units over anything else. So we always want to have ones that actually do something. So we need 4 more. And of course, we can also remove stuff from here if we don't want them. Pelimoto, I don't really want these. Maybe the Curious Flock, but definitely not the Porg. Or the Kowakian Monkey Lizard. So I think they're going to go aside. Refugee of the Path, there aren't too many Sentinels for the Refugee of the Path to matter. And I actually don't like that card. So that's going to go. Caretaker Matron can come out. And then we'll have the Jedi Victor and the Vulpix. Because I think we're keeping the rest of these, and at least in some way, we can get some real utility out of Malakili. Even though he's not really Force-oriented. But I think we're good. That's our 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. 22. So we're right on the money there. So now we got to get the rest. So there are some 100% givens here. Now, the problem, of course, with Twin Suns, it's very unlikely, especially in a set with no ramp, that you're ever going to be getting to 8 or 9. So unfortunately, Yoda and the Mythosaur are not going to find a home here. They're just too expensive. But we really want to push Force and Jedi as much as possible. So, I mean, these ones are an absolute given, as they are all Jedi. And we have a nice saber there as well. The only one I'm not too big on is Rey. I mean, the only way we're going to get her off of a draw is with Ki-Adi-Mundi, so there's always a possibility, but it's really unlikely. So this 100% stays the way it is. Lightsaber good. Guardian, Ezra. We do have a number of creatures, so it's fine. Common the Storm, Plo Koon. They all go up to 6, so they've got a pretty good spread. So they're all going to go in. And as I said, unfortunately, Yoda is not going to make it. Even Kelleran Beck is a bit of a stretch, but Kelleran is so good that I think there's a chance. You know, I'm going to leave Yoda in anyway, because that would be a fantastic way to sort of, you know, late game, when played, use the Force. If you do heal 5 damage from a base, when you use the Force, you may deal damage to a unit equal to twice the number of units you control. So, yeah, okay. So he is actually going to stay in, and he makes up our top end. So then we're looking at another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so we're definitely going to keep those because they are very strong for us. I really should write down where we're at point-wise because I know my brain is going to forget. Okay, I now have my yellow pad that I'm going to use to count. Okay, next. Well, construct a lightsaber, 100%. I despise its worse as a card. So that's going to go. Last words, go into hiding. I'm not going to go into hiding. So we've got 3 more here. Grogu is 100%. There's no way that Grogu's not going in. Jocasta, same thing, because she's a Jedi and can move around the experience we're going to give to Obi-Wan. Luke, 100%. When you play another unique unit, you may use the Force. If you do, give an experience token and shield token to this unit. Fantastic. Medical Frigate, Long Beam, and Blue Squadron, Assault Wing all fit in very well. So out of our neutrals and our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so we have 10 more. Like, I feel I can sort of afford to be picky right now. Maybe. We'll see. We're at 48 of 80, so we got to get to 32. Which is going to be pretty easy. Okay, so our first priority in here is, of course, anything Force related or Jedi related. So we're going to pull all those out. I know we have a Quinlan. Okay. Next will be Force. So Asajj and Marin. Okay. So these are definitely going in. We'll put these aside here for a second. Mythosaur, sorry, it's too much. It's too much going on. I love it, but won't go in there with no ramp. Okay, so we're looking for more Force. So Chirrut. Unfortunately, double aspect Doom, we're not putting him in. Priestesses, really top end. Okay, so there's not that much Force or Jedi going on there. Lastly, in green, Dagoyan, Temple Guards, Relic Scavenger, no Fringe, but not, Outer Realm Mystic. Okay. So out of the definites, we're not paying too much attention to curve right now. I think we'll cut that down and maybe make some swaps after we kind of finalize what we think our 80 is going to be. I don't know why I keep saying we. It's like the royal we. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 more. Putting us at 58. So we have 22 cards to fill in the gaps, which is going to be pretty easy. So we're just going to take sort of we're going to look for the best of the best in here. And of course take our rares. So Heavy Blaster Cannon, Blockade Runner, although, yeah, Blockade Runner is really solid and we need more space anyway. And also gets more experience tokens, which is a good thing for us. So those for sure. Axe Woves, he's a 2/2 for 3, but he's shielded. That's not that bad because we do have equipment and upgrades to put on. We're going to probably pull more in a second. So Watto, doomed, sadly, no. We are going to take a bolstered endurance because that will work with Axe. Shatterpoint we need for removal. Whirlwind we need for removal. Luthen, I normally wouldn't, but I kind of don't mind him in this because we do have a few lightsabers he may be able to fish up for us. And of course, card draw is always king anyway. Crushing Blow, no. Sarasu Stance, yes. And Mythosaur, sadly, no. Maz, yes. Since we have so much Force stuff. Hive Defense Wing. Sorry, I should move these up. Hive Defense Wing because we do actually need some more Restore. We don't have a lot. It's too bad we did not open a Yaddle. Purgle King, too expensive, but Restore 4 is crazy. I actually might put him in there. Relic Scavenger for sure. Acclimator, no. Protectopod for removal. Terentanek, maybe? So what do we have here? So these are definites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we still have 9 more to go. Okay. We need to do some just spot damage. Do or do not for draw. I actually might put this draw card in here because that's another way to maybe get Ray out for free. Sorcerer's Blast for sure. The Bomber's been really good for doing just that little bit of damage that we need. So I kind of like that. So that's 3. Cure Wounds. If there's any way to heal base, I would do that, but no. Tauntaun, Guardian. Guardian's kind of high end, but it does take out ships. The Purgle as well, I think, because then you have a Sentinel in space. We don't really have any. So we need 4 more. I think the Terentanek. It'd be really fun. Like the Purgle King, I don't think we're getting him out. Philo Star Compass is another way to get Ray. So I'm actually going to include that. I mean, we're having a lot of faith in that actually happening. Yeah, well, you know what? Why not? Why not? And you know what? As much as I think it's silly, I'm going to put the Mythosaur in anyway. Because who knows? Who knows? So what do we have left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's our remaining 22. Am I right about that? Yes, the math yes, the math checks out. So that's 80. So I guess the question comes down to, do we take the safe bet and have the Night Sister lair, or do we do the Virgins Temple? When the regroup phase starts, if you control a unit with 4 or more remaining hit points. I don't think we want to shortchange ourselves on Force early. right? Because most of the ones that we're starting with don't start with 4. I think it's too risky. There really aren't sufficient numbers of them to guarantee having force, and this set is just too important. So I think that we're going to get rid of those, and then I think we've made our decision on what deck we want to play, or we're going to try. I mean, there's always a chance that we could get another one, but I wasn't as confident. Let's have a look at our dark side. So Talzin, she comes at Talzin and Third Sister both come out early. Talzin and Snoke, maybe, but I was probably going to do Talzin and Barris. But then you have two things heavily dependent on spending. One reduces it, this one doesn't. Yeah, so I was thinking Barris and Snoke probably might go together. But anyway, that's an interesting possibility. But I wasn't as jazzed about a lot of the events that we had, nor we had Balin. Wow, I don't think, and we didn't open Shin. We didn't open a single Shin. I think you really need to have Shin and way more force units, and there really weren't that many. It's not like always 2. Yeah. Interesting. Lots of Sith, but the Force was, I'm just sort of going down a rabbit hole that I probably shouldn't. So, our decision in the end is going to be Kit Fisto, Obi-Wan, and the Night Sister lair. I'm going to go through these and arrange them by their cost to see what curve we have. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now I have things better arranged by the curve. And this is sort of typically the curve you want to see. I'd like to have more 4 drops, but I think in this particular case, I'm really prizing getting our as many Force units as possible. I think really that forced our sort of decision. Force and Jedi, of course. I realized, and I don't think I talked about following the path, which is a way to search the top 8 cards of your deck for up to 2 Force units and reveal them. That is another way to try and find Rey. So interestingly, we do have more card draw than I thought. Unfortunately, very little Sentinel. Some Restore, but I mean, I think the only Sentinel I have in here is the Loth Wolf. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, the Grappling Guardian, but that's in space, and that's one. It's going to be interesting because you really can't block things up in a way that you would normally be able to in this game. Or is it the Graceful? No, it's the Graceful is the one that's in space on 5. So that's okay. It's got a big body. So these should actually be reversed. These are our 22 turn 1 plays, and actually plays that are very good for even later in the game. And these are our 2 costs that are either attachments. So we have an Heirloom Saber, a Night Saber, the Star Compass, and events, and so on. Same thing over here. I think that's the proper number. I don't recall keeping Following the Path, so that may be one that I may have to reconsider. May have to drop something to fit it in. But I think those are the numbers that we're looking for. Yeah, just recounted, and it's 80 right on. So I think this is actually going to be pretty fun to play. I'm probably going to also try the other method, but just not on camera, to see if I can make another deck, but for villainy. It was a lot of fun. I think I'm going to probably do this with the second box as well. Have a look in the description of the video. I will put this up on Star Wars Database and link to it if anybody's interested. And the next time I am going to be playing Twin Suns, I'm going to bring this particular deck and give it a shot. I think it's pretty good. I look forward to playing it. Well, thanks very much for watching the box opening and my following along with my thought process. Let me know how you like to put together your Twin Suns deck, if you have tried this particular method for putting one together from a single box. I think it's going to be a feature I'm going to be doing for every set going forward. Yeah, I'm pleased with how this one turned out. I'm certainly pleased with the box break too. Okay, well, thanks very much, and until next time, happy gaming. Thank you so much for watching Longship Gaming. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It will really help the channel to grow and improve. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when more Longship Gaming content goes live. Until next time, happy gaming.